in the kitchen again today, and I took a day off yesterday. Well, I didn't take the day off. I took the night off. And I am hitting it again. I am working on the relish, the zucchini relish. So I cut up the green pepper, and I decided this thing is amazing, just saying. This is a, basically it cuts up all your peppers. It's amazing. It cuts onions, peppers, everything. So it is one of my favorite Amazon purchases, and I will link it in the description because it's amazing. So I just did all the pepper. I was going to add red pepper, but the red pepper I got from the CSA was bad. So last year I froze peppers. I'm going to put, this is, and see how I labeled it? It says 2 cups of bell peppers, and it has the date on it. I probably will use about half of this bag because I want to have some color in the relish as well. So I've got that. And that's probably about, it's from my garden. It's 4 little peppers, 4 little green peppers. It's about a cup. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. So I just read the instructions, or I'm taking the recipe for zesty zucchini relish from the bulk canning book that I have. And it calls for 12 cups of finely chopped zucchini, 4 cups of chopped onions, 2 red bell peppers seeded and chopped, 1 green bell pepper seeded and chopped, and then a 1/3 cup of pickling or canning salt. So that's what I need today. Now all of this is going to sit, I'm going to mix it all together, and I'm going to cover it and let it sit for 12 hours or overnight. I'll probably let it sit overnight, and then I'll come back and I'll rinse off all the salt and squeeze out the excess liquid, and then we can combine everything in the jars and add the brine that I'll make tomorrow as well. So today we're just prepping all the mixture. Okay, there we go. Now I don't think that this is I don't think this is going to be 4 cups. I think it's going to be about 2, but you know what? That's all I have. So that's what it's going to have to be this time. Okay. And then I was going to shred the zucchini with the shredder attachment, but honestly, it says in the instructions finely chopped. So I am going to get the attachment for this that should actually work pretty good. So okay, that would be much easier. So I am getting a new mat here, and I am going to start cutting up the zucchini.
Ba ba
to go out to the garden and see if I have any more zucchini ready. Maybe I won't have to get any. Oh gosh, that'd be great if I didn't have to buy any at the grocery. I don't want to buy it from the store. If I can just grow it. Now, this recipe doesn't call for mustard, but there is mustard there seems to be mustard seed in a lot of pickling recipes, so I may add a little bit of that. I don't know. I may experiment in some of the jars after I get the basic recipe kind of made. And oops, that stuff going everywhere. I may experiment with the recipes and label them so that I know if I added. And I did wash all of these before I did this. So that I know what additional seasonings I added, because I have never done this before. So I'm just going by the recipe. But if there's a flavor that I think might be good, then I don't feel bad. As long as I keep the acidic ratio of vinegar the same, the additional spices shouldn't. The recipe. So. And the recipe does not call for yellow squash, but since I have it and I'm running low on the zucchini, I figured why not. So. Okay, there's another 4 cups. I'm going to go ahead and just add in the remainder, because I have leftover brine from when I made pickles. And so worst case scenario, I can just add that additional brine that I saved to finish off these. I just want to make sure I get everything that I can preserve today. And I'm going to be doing some lacto-fermented cucumbers. I did but since this has to soak overnight, that's why I wanted to go ahead and get this started today. And then I need to go, I did a castor oil pack this morning, and I need to go take a detox bath here in just a little bit. And then I will, that one, we don't have to have that one, so I don't want nothing, if it doesn't, that's still good. It's just the seeds are kind of big, so I'm gonna just toss out the ones that have the seeds, kind of a lot of seeds, because I don't want it to have a lot of seeds in it. Okay, so see, so this is, I'm putting it all in. This is harvest from last year, but you know, that's why we That's why we freeze stuff. That's what, you know, with the peppers, what I had left over at the end of the season last year, I have been eating all winter long with chicken, or if I put something in the crock pot and I want some, you know, peppers, some sweet pepper flavor in it, then I will open up a bag that I have in the freezer and add it. Okay, so now we need a 1/3 cup of salt. And it calls for canning salt, but I always use either Redmond's real salt, Celtic sea salt, or Himalayan salt. And today I'm using Himalayan salt. So let me get the 1/3 cup measure. And this may seem like a lot of salt. It is, but we're going to be washing it, most of it off tomorrow. Okay. And so we just want the salt to soak up into all of this. And then, like I said, we will be rinsing it off. Okay, so just need to stir this. I got some cuts in my hands, so I don't want to get that salt in there from the garden. I was out pruning my squash, and I don't want to get the salt in where I stuck my hand. Didn't realize that zucchini, they have little prickly, their vines are almost like a thistle, with the little prickly stuff. Oh, this smells so good, you guys. I cannot wait to see what it tastes like. Okay, so it's going to basically draw out all, it's going to give the salt's going to give it flavoring for when we pickle it. But look how beautiful that is. I'll bring it over here so you can see how beautiful that is. And then I'll come back tomorrow and show you how we make the brine for this, and the rinsing off of the salt. Oh, the rinsing off. So we need to rinse the salt off tomorrow, and then I'll make the brine, and we'll can it. So I need to go take a detox bath. Okay, I'm back in the kitchen again. I just squeezed off all of the juice. I rinsed it in the colander, and then okay, so I rinsed it. I put all of it into this colander, and then I put this bowl underneath the colander and rinsed it with water several times to get the salt off of it, and then I squeezed out as much of the juice as possible. And these are the brines that I made for the pickles yesterday. The brine that they say to use with the zesty zucchini relish is similar. It's a little bit sweeter than the hold on, let me get some lights on. Than the it's a little bit sweeter than the one that I made. I use the pickling spices, which the zucchini relish doesn't call for. So I'm not going to add the nutmeg, but I am going to add a little bit of turmeric, just because it's so good for you, and why not? So I'm going to add turmeric to the brine, or I may add it to the, I'm going to add it to the brine. And then we'll start getting these stirred up. So go ahead. I want to get as many of these in the small jars just because I don't really eat relish a whole lot. So, and these are all clean. And we'll go ahead and put these. Okay, so to the first brine, I'm going to add a half a tablespoon of turmeric. I'm going to put the brine in this measuring cup just because I want it to be easy to pour. And I'm going to do half and half. So half of the small containers and half of the, half of the half pints and half of the quarter pints. I'm going to do the brine with the turmeric. Pints and 8 quarter pints and 6 half pints. So we need to leave a half an inch headspace. That's what it's saying. To clean off the rims and the lids. We'll try this one then. There we go. And this is So after that, I put all of the jars in the water bath canner. I did put a spacer between, I put the smaller quarter pints on the bottom of the water bath canner, and then I did put a spacer on top of that, and then I put the quarter pints and the pints of brine on top of that, and I did water bath can those for 20 minutes. Okay, so the brine and the relish are done. See? Okay, so with that recipe, I got 8 quarter pints, 2, 4, 6 half pints, and then I've got 4 pints of brine to use for anything I want to pickle. I can just pull one of those out and put the brine over it and water bath can it. So okay, whew, that's 2 busy days of canning and dehydrating and oh yeah, I was going to show you this as well. So all of this, I had a huge bunch of radish greens from the CSA, and I ran it through the dehydrator last night and then put that in the blender, and I have more green powder now. So I'll put that, I conditioned it in the oven for 10 minutes, and I'll put it in one of the jars, one of the green powder jars, and I just have cleaning to do. Always cleaning when you're canning. So I hope you guys had a good time with me, and I thank you so much for just spending your time with me. And if you got anything out of this video, please like and share, and Also, just subscribe so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Have a great day, and thanks for spending your time with me.